Hanging out, Jane. Hanging out. Spending my Friday at an auction. They don't watch my channel. Anyway. Job to Jamie. Nah, it's actually a big auction going on out here. Hamburger. They got a full spread out there, fun food to eat. But anyway, I just thought I'd come on here, try to get some hours up, a little bit of time. Problem is I can't move and go anywhere because as soon as I do, I lose all my signal. Yeah, I got a small group I brought up here. This is actually at one of their schools. So they'll do these, because the Amish school is not, they're not funded by the state. They're community funded. So that's how they're able to teach what they want. Kids only go to school to like 15. As soon as they're in 8th grade, done with 8th grade, that's it. School's done. Time to go to work. Some of their school teachers are only like 16 and 17 years old. Yeah, I mean, well, the younger guys that got cell phones and stuff like that. Actually, you'd be surprised. Probably 90% of the text messages on my phone are from Amish people. Okay, they're on healthcare, they pay their own, like, workman's comp, everything is all paid for through the community. And it's things like this. It's things like this event that's how they fund everything. That's how they fund their schools. Like everything from everything from this auction will fund everything that this church district does. And each district is made up of probably only 10 or 15 homes. So there's a lot of church districts. It's an amazing amount of stuff I've learned. Man, they got everything. They got construction equipment. A lot of the stores will donate stuff. Battery-powered lights, battery-powered fans. They got a battery. They got a refrigerator. They got a refrigerator here that's powered by propane. They got a freezer that's powered by propane. There's a freezer that is powered by drill batteries. So yeah, I mean a lot of stuff like that. They're auctioning off like fish dinners, steak dinners, coolers full of meat. You name it, they auction everything off. But the problem is you're not gonna get a good deal because they'll put something out here that you can buy retail for $100, and it'll auction for 150. It's like the hamburger. Their food's all donations. Well, I paid $20 to go through, and all I got was a hamburger, a salad, and a thing of fries, and some desserts. Which $20 ain't bad. I have to think about all the food I ate. But you can donate $1. It don't matter. Me, I always try to donate at least $20. 50-50 auction. Yeah, it's other communities supporting each other. So all these guys that you've seen, they're not from this church district. I mean, they're from all over town. I mean, we drove, where did we drive? 37 miles to get here. That's how big this community is. It's 37 miles, and we're probably 3/4 of the way through it. So, I would say about the top quarter of Ohio, 75% of it is northeast Ohio. 75% of it is probably Amish community. Not Amish, but the community expands that much. It's very large. Once a week. There is an auction once a week. Guaranteed. Sometimes 3 or 4. They're a lot of fun. The thing is, you don't have to be Amish to go to them. There's a lot of, well, they call us, English or Yankees up here. There's a lot of guys like me around here doing, buying stuff and sitting in there. It's not strictly just an Amish event. It's to support the Amish schools. I do know if you, like some drivers try to work with the construction crews. Yeah, actually they do. There was I think they already auctioned it. They had a dresser up here that they had auctioned off. Somebody had built. They had a sink that they auctioned off earlier that was actually built out of an old 55-gallon wood cask for like whiskey making and stuff like that. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. A couple of the guys I know real well are cabinet makers. A lot of, I will say, everyone says, the Amish are good carpenters, but I will tell you, I do know a couple of hacks. you know. What is that? Budget? Hello. It generally does, I will say that, because it's not particle board. Not that cheap stuff you got from like IKEA. It's all hardwoods, Beer gut, what's up? How you doing? How's life up there in oh, the Bills territory? See, you can see the stack of stuff right there that they're auctioning off up in the corner there. Hold on. That's the stuff they're all auctioning off, is right over in there. Let's see if I can zoom in on some of it. That file's got quite a bit smaller. Oh yeah. You're not getting fishing done, or you just like everybody else that lives along the lake, you don't do any fishing? Yeah, Jane, I know some hacks. They're far and few in between, but there's some hacks out here. A lot of those guys work in the factories around town. Uh, yeah. Hold on. So, see the cart right there, that wagon? That wagon, they drag from house to house every week. And because they don't have like a centralized church. So, once a week, each family will host church. So that wagon gets drug around from house to house. And it's got all the benches and whatnot for church. There's about six of them wagons out here now for all the benches that they use. Yeah, you should probably get Wyatt up there. He seems to be pretty good at the fishing thing. Hey, you know what? There was a guy I seen up here in town today. He had one of them uh, one of them race boats come out of Erie. So I thought they were having a boat race up here this weekend. And I said, so where are you guys racing out of? Because he was at the gas station filling his boat up. 200 gallons of fuel running through the red handle stuff, the old style real gasoline, 4 something a gallon. He said, oh, nothing. He should just route for a joyride. He said, we're going from Fairport to Buffalo. I said, well, what are you going to do? He says, you guys just practice running? And he says, no, we're just going to practice passing everybody that tries to pass us. Yeah, it would be easy. I think it would be like the schoolhouses. I always thought, why not just have it at the schoolhouses? But I don't know. It's a big affair. Um, I know some of the guys that I know out here real well that they'll spend 3 days cleaning their barns up and tidying the house up, and making it look all good. Then they have a big lunch afterwards. So I know next the 14th, the 13th to the 14th, I'm involved. There's a wedding out here. I got to do some transportation services for the night before the wedding, and the wedding during the day. I know the groom real well, so we've been invited to the wedding, which I'm looking forward to that one. Um, Done a couple of the funerals. Those can be kind of interesting. One thing I will do is, so when they get a lot of these, like the funerals and the weddings, what they do is, at least in this community, what they do is they will, everybody stands in line, and as you come in, you shake everybody's hand. And you will shake every person's hand. I don't care if there's 300 people here. The one funeral I was at, there was 700 people there. It was one of the doctors in the community that died. I actually know his son real well. You had to shake everybody's hand. And that's the theory behind that is you're not strangers no more. You know each other. Which I thought was kind of neat. Cars, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, me too. Uh, how's the heat out there today? Wrench, what's up? We were just sitting here talking about sitting at a. Oh, it's gotta adjust. It's Amish auction for a church for school benefit. 115. Now the Palm Desert. Is that where you got your storage area? Reg, this is a. It's a. It's an auction benefit for the local school. As I was explaining before, the Amish they don't. Their schools aren't governed by the state, so they don't receive any funds from the state. So it's all community funded. No, not a barn raising. Well, actually, they don't do that kind of stuff around here. Yeah, well, if they, as long as they don't accept help from the state, they don't have to teach what the state wants them to teach, and they can teach what they want to teach. This is Middlefield, Ohio. This is the fourth largest Amish community in the world. It is. I know the one road stretch is 60 miles that crosses it. It's pretty big. I want to say we're something in the neighborhood of 250,000 people in the community. Missouri's full of a lot of them. Um, I want to say, is there a Bedford, Missouri? I don't know. It would be the southeastern corner down by Missouri. Um, Down around Fort Madison and stuff like that. There's a big Amish community in that area of Iowa, Missouri. I mean, yeah, cars. You know what? I will say this. I kind of envy some of these guys because I'm. We were raised in a big family, and our family's real close. We've always been about family, and it's nice to see people like that. Still about the community and not about themselves. Yeah, your community's out by what Bellefontaine and stuff like that, Jan. I go through it every now and then. I think yours is what they call the Schwarzenegers or something like that. There's four different sects of Amish. But yeah, like I said, yeah, I know. I cars can aggravate you, but they don't aggravate you like people do. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's nice to talk to people and they'll actually look at you in your eyes when you talk to them, and not down at their phone. Actually, guys, I'm getting ready to build a garage. We moved out of our house and sold our house because my wife's father was starting to get really bad and needed 24/7 care. And we promised him that he would die in his house. That we would not let him go to a nursing home. We wouldn't let him go die in a hospital. You know, we do everything we could. Even when he was in the hospital, you know, I managed to get everything in order and get things at the house. And we got him back to the house 12 hours before he passed. Um, Mom Ranch, you'll like Cars channel. He likes that European stuff, but he's good. He's very smart too. I'll tell you that much. But anyway, so we had to move in with her dad, so we sold whatever we had, and I lost my garage. So now I'm putting a 30 by 32 up. Hopefully we'll get started. Hopefully we'll get started here in the next 2 months. I'd like to be going by September, to be honest with you. And then we're gonna rip through the entire house and redo the entire house. Yeah. Well, yeah, we were able to. I mean, if that's all somebody wants. So, I don't know what it is by you cars. That's a warehouse. That's not a garage. I just seen how big that was. You build something that big, I'm moving. Um, so, town I live in, man, we got a quarter acre. So a 30 by 32 structure on a quarter acre that's only 50 feet wide. I'm gonna be able to mow my grass with a pair of nail clippers, which is fine by me. Um, but so I priced the concrete out, and we were at just about 1,000 square feet of concrete, 980 if I'm not mistaken. And right in Ohio, in Northeast Ohio cars, they want 1050 to 1250 a square foot for concrete, prepped, poured, finished. That includes the concrete. No, it's not cheap. That's why when we were looking at our driveway, my driveway's all gravel. I was like, well, why don't we just concrete the driveway while we're at it? But when they came at me with like $50,000, $60,000 to redo my driveway, put concrete in, I'm like, you know what? Let's pave it. Hey, that's a lot cheaper. But when we start the garage thing, I am going to video the whole garage thing. We'll do It'll be fun. Yeah, 6 inches. All right, so I was gonna go. Loan, yeah, that's what the company that we have um, is basically a van rental agency, and yeah, so they transport job site to job site. Um, but 6 inches. So I was gonna go 4 inches, and then where I got to where I wanted to put the lift, I was gonna drop it down to 6 inches. I didn't want to go, dig straight in and drop 2 more inches and finish it out, because that'll create like a shear point or real defined crack point. So, alright, sorry, my battery's probably gonna die here, guys. Um, so I was gonna kind of taper into it, put rebar and everything else. Hopefully that'll hold it. 6 inches would be nice. How hot is my phone? Let me try to cool my phone down a little bit. Sitting up here on the dash, it got heated up. Yeah, but so 96 grand. You can like build a house for that much. Anyway, guys, listen. I don't know what's going on here. I think I got to plug back in. Phone overheat, shut down twice. Yeah, that's. I think I got it to stop by holding it in front of the AC. No, it still doesn't want to charge. That's the problem. Oh, let's see if I can go this route. Hold on. Yeah, I know, and that's what I was getting ready to do. Problem is I dropped my phone earlier. But I'm afraid to do anything because my screen cracked. Hold on. Hopefully that'll help cool it down. Cause I'll tell you what, right up by that camera, it's smoking. Gosh, man. Anyway, cars, I did a video today with, well, not today, yesterday with Teletronics. You ever mess with their stuff, their gauges, some of the old schools? They're going to do the gauge set. We're going digital analog, and they're going to do the gauge set for Pandora. Um, Actually, we're going to start once a month. I'm going down to their place. I'm going to go down to their facility once a month, and we're going to do video highlighting their stuff, their gauges. Also, California. Who's good with chrome out there in California? Anyway, cars, watch the video I'm putting up for tomorrow. Um, Watch the video I'm putting up from Intellitronics. I actually focused on the G-body gauges. Um, these are all digital. I prefer the analog digital ones, but they're in the process of bringing them to market. But you know, so let's see. Dakota Digital wants what, like $1,200, $1,700 per gauge set. These are like $600. Yeah, chrome. So I'm thinking about going black chrome on Pandora. Not like black chrome, but just give it that smoky look. I think that would look good. But I'm having trouble finding anybody that can do that. Most places just do wheels alone, not much in the way of you know, full car stuff. Anyway, guys, listen, I gotta get going. My battery's actually, I'm down to like 3%. Phone's not charging, it's too hot. I'm gonna get it unplugged, shut off, lay it up here on the dash for a while so it'll cool off in the AC, because it really is getting pretty hot. Alright guys, y'all take it easy. You know what, I've heard that, cars. California's trying to outlaw everything anyway. Like, you can't even buy real paint, like solvent-based paint there no more. Check in Arizona. Alright. See, I always thought California was where it was at when it come to chrome and the hot rod stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh. Alright, cars, I gotta get off, man. Take it easy. Thanks for stopping in. Jane, you too, and whoever else. I appreciate that, cars, but like I said, I want the black chrome. I want that smoky look to it. I don't want it black, like the wrench black chrome. You know what I mean? Oh,
Interested in running a guy to Windsor to get some ingredients for the soft serve ice cream?
no, that's fine.
All right, I'll
Yeah.
send them over here.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll run them down there. I said I'll run them down there real quick.
How much is it going to be to run him up back here?
$7,000.
7,000.
Yeah, cut you guys a good deal. I tell you what, it's for this. Don't worry about it.
Sure.
Yeah, I have a hard time charging, you know, when it's a function for the school and the community.
No, thanks. All right, I'll set them right
All
now.
right. I just talked myself into a free run. Oh well. Guys, take it easy.